What's up, you guys? So I'm here with a new video today. Sorry, it's been about a week since my last video. I've just been real busy doing a lot of stuff, but not a lot has really changed since the last time I made a video for you guys. Decks are pretty much doing the same thing they've been doing. The only change is that the new Yugioh structure deck is out with the new support cards. Yugioh I don't even know what it is. Augur I think is the name. I'm not sure. But that's gonna change. Maybe it'll change and see if people will play Gear again. I always like Gear, even when everybody played it. It was a fun deck to play. We'll see if the deck rises in popularity again, if it finds a way to combat the main decks of the current format. But today's video is more on a topic. I know once again in front of you I have Billy Break's 60 card deck, and his deck is kind of the inspiration for this video. I already talked about how a 60 card deck could win, but this thought occurred to me, and then I actually had some people request it, is what is happening to single archetype decks? Is combining archetypes the only way to be successful in Yu-Gi-Oh right now? And I say that solely because we've seen a very common trend. When the new decks came out, Shadal's Burning Abyss, and Satellar Knights. Satellar Knights could run by themselves. They were the only deck that could run by themselves. They could run all Satellar Knight cards and do well and be successful. It won one of the ARGs and is topped quite frequently. Not as much anymore. The deck's kind of really fallen off. I really don't know what happened, but Satellar Knight is still a good deck and one of the only standalone decks because Burning Abyss kind of took a transformation. They went from just playing the Burning Abyss cards with Monarchs like Ryza to running Shadals and stuff like that, and it's right there that it becomes that you have to combine different archetypes for your deck to be successful. Now that isn't saying that every deck has to do that, but it seems to be something that's happening a lot more than it used to. This deck is also the perfect example. You're not only combining a Burning Abyss engine, you're combining a Shadal engine, you're combining Artifact engine, and you're throwing in like random millers and stuff. I'm not going to say that's changing the deck because Curry Bandit isn't an archetype, Valor isn't an archetype, but these Burning Abyss artifacts and these engines are part of the deck. And it's showing that success comes when you use different archetypes combined together. Another good example would be Shadal artifacts. Shadals are strong by themselves, but the artifacts gave them a backup. Shadal Lightsworn, Pat innovated it, running a small Lightsworn engine in the deck. That way, you're running two different archetypes, and you have two different engines to get you to the game state that you want. It's showing that a lot of decks are benefiting from combining multiple archetypes, and that's just something that's been happening for a while. But it's really interesting to see, has that become the norm? In order to be successful in this game, in order to top at events, in order to win events outside of YCS and draft, do you need to combine archetypes in order to win? Apparently now there's a straight Burning Abyss Shadal deck that's going around. There was one that top 32, the ARG, and a lot of players are playing decks like that. They're playing like Shadal Lightsworn is another perfect example. Those two decks seem to be the most played decks right now, and they're decks that combine multiple archetypes. By doing that, you have a variety of things you can do. I really like that. I really like the fact that archetypes are combining with each other. But outside of that, Satellar Knight seems to be out of the big three, if they're even in the big three anymore. They seem to be one of the few standalone decks. Now, while I say that, I know Satellar Knight Artifact is also a deck. It achieved some success at multiple regionals, topping and winning regionals, but you really don't hear about it anymore. Now, all you're hearing about is Shadal's and Burning Abyss. And is that because instead of using standalone archetypes, they're combining the two? That was really the point of today's video, and this is also a discussion. I would like your guys' opinion. I'm sure there are other decks I haven't mentioned, but what decks do you see around that are combining multiple archetypes? There was Dragon Rulers and Lightsworn. There was uh, plants are standalone and they run support cards, but there's a lot of decks that are running multiple archetypes, and again, Billy's deck being the prime example of a deck that will do a lot of great things when you combine multiple engines. You have an artifact engine, a Shadal engine, a Burning Abyss engine. You have three engines in one deck that will help you achieve what you're trying to achieve, and I just think it's really interesting to see if this is going to be a continuing trend. Will decks continue to combine archetypes to be successful, or are they going to change when new decks come out, and are they going to revert back to running being standalone decks like Satellar Knights and just decks like that? Mermails were a standalone deck that just ran Mermail and Abyss cards and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure you guys get what I'm talking about, and I'd just like to hear your opinions in the comments below. Yeah, so that's all I got to say, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think combining archetypes is going to be a continuing trend? Do you think it's what is going to help the most players achieve success? Or do you think that standalone decks can make a comeback as the format rolls on? That's all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thumbs it up, and thank you for watching.